Alright, well, this is the third video in a row. It's technically past 12 right now as the moment I'm recording this. I was a bit caught up with some other stuff earlier. They're also related to the channel, but it's just more of something else I'm working on rather than vlogging my daily life. And I guess I'm just here to talk about my day today. I guess there's just not that much going on. Today was the last day of school in any way or form except for graduation, which is happening on Friday for the grade 12s. So today was just seeing all my friends, teachers one final time. I still want to talk to some of them on Friday, hopefully. I Nothing really interesting happened today, I guess, except for, I spent an hour with a friend just playing the piano in school, which was fun enough, I guess. But I think the biggest thing I want to update is my current writing progress for my novel. And I realized that I have a lot more motivation to put down stuff now. I think I wrote around 1,000 words today in an hour or so. That that's just for like a third of a scene that I'm still working on. My writing, some of them are published on Wattpad, some of them are available if people are interested in checking that out, but I will be trying to gain a bit more publicity once I'm done with some larger works or poetry as I'm trying to publish them in larger places. And I think I'd like to spend a bit of this video just discussing what I'm trying to do for the next few videos. I'm currently already working on a video project. It might be too harsh of a topic to start on, or too harsh of a too harsh, too tough of a topic for me to criticize on. It's something regarding some trends on YouTube that I definitely don't have the authority to impose any opinion or just thoughts as official over them, but it's just kind of like, you know what, just from a philosophical or social perspective, give my opinion on them and move on with my daily life. I'm not sure that anyone actually is going to watch this, so this is just June 7th, 2022. Yo trying to record his thoughts. I think whether or not this turns into an actual long-term project, long as in like 1 or 2 years, I'm seeing a resurgence in my interest of fostering a project that covers a lot of issues that are prevalent in our modern day society. There's the whole idealist project, which I might revive. I don't know if I would try to do a group with that, or maybe just work on my own and write a full like 20,000 word project. There's a lot I have to think through regarding that because my views have changed quite a bit since 2 years ago when I first started the project, and I'm still trying to figure out some of the specifics and research because I have to do a lot of research for some of the topics. And as my knowledge also broadens, there's some things that might change completely. I don't know any as of right now. I can't think of any, but I'm pretty sure a lot of my opinions are different from 2 years ago. And I guess one of the things was that I didn't really write down nearly enough 2 years ago. I wrote an education thing last year, but that was about it. I just outlined the project and just never touched it again because things happened and I just didn't have the motivation to care anymore. But seeing that now I want to be someone, I want to go somewhere, maybe it's time for me to revive the project. And I'm starting that with mind maps. So, mind map is a really good way to just put all my thoughts down. And it gives me a logical perspective on a lot of the issues I'm talking on. I'm using an app called Simple Mind to do that right now, and I can put down everything I'm looking at. So I would put down like a topic and then the general few things that relate to it, some issues, some pros and cons, or maybe like drawbacks or how social influences affect that. And I think this is a good way for me to also condense some of my thoughts because sometimes they're pertaining to one another in some very interesting ways. The app doesn't allow me to connect multiple thoughts, so I just have to group them very specifically to make sure they don't repeat because in essence, a lot of my thinking comes to tie back together in the end. So I'm still trying to figure out whether or not there's a more logic based or observation based way of doing it. And with my philosophy, it's usually just dragging one logic into multiple things to connect them and then using different logics to evaluate them once they're connected. It's not always the best way to think about things, but I think it does allow me to see the general picture, the big picture a lot better. Now I just have to work on the details on perhaps seeing things more specifically for what they are. And in this, it's a lot of research statistics of whatever topic I'm going to cover. And one of them I'm thinking on is the idea of celebritism, or better known as celebrities fostering their own cults of personalities nowadays. That's a history term for those of you who don't know. It specifically refers to people who use propaganda in whatever way or form or spreading information about themselves to construct a group that really I wouldn't say worship nowadays, but a group that will stand them. Maybe that's a better choice of word. But for any topic that I'm gonna look into, I will try to do as much research possible. I'm not gonna read like two books for everything I do. Some topics I will definitely have to read a few books to cover. If I want to do anything philosophical, which I doubt I would, considering that there's enough good YouTube channels that does that, such as Carefree Wondering or Then and Now. They do amazing coverage on a lot of topics, and I think I'm drawing a lot of inspiration from them on such subjects. So in the end, I'm just trying to put my own thoughts down. I want to be original, so we'll see how this goes. I will probably be making my first episode for this talking about social issues or things I noticed tomorrow because I have pretty much all of the script or just project written. Now it's just about making the actual video. I won't always be vlogging and just recording my face. I know it's not fun to stare at, so I might have to actually edit a video despite the fact that I really am lazy to do it, but it'll be fun to get back into editing after years of not touching in movie software, so we'll see about that tomorrow. Anyway, I definitely should head to bed now, so good night.